How's it going, guys? Skoks. Back on today. Just gonna wrap up this quick game from the Hawks and Wild. Hawks get shut out for the 13th time this season. Unbelievable, right? Just to see that number. That is incredible. Final score 4-0. But we'll wrap this up and let me roll this intro really quick. Yeah, so back to the beginning, just overall effort, performance today against the Wild was terrible, right? Terrible all around, top to bottom. Lots of reasons, lots of excuses, right? Back to back game, but just can't play with that kind of effort or, uh, just the smarts. You have to perform better. And that was not nearly um, as good as the last game last night, right? Where we somehow beat the Dallas Stars, but just a very, very bad game today. Let's run through the lineup here really quick. On that first line, Bedard, Dickinson, Kurashev, so same line, but later into the game, Coach Luke did get into the blender, and everyone was flipped around. Bedard, Reichel, Kurashev together, and then double A sometimes. So everyone was everywhere, and it obviously did not work, right? Any combination, and lots of reasons. Lots of reasons for that, right? Just the overall talent. It's not there. But second line, Foligno, Tyler Johnson, Joey Anderson. Thought that line had a decent game. Joey Anderson, like I said a little while ago, thought he's been playing awesome. He has a consistent game. He's very solid on both ends, right? Skates well, passes well. Uh, like how he plays, and he's a nice depth player for us. He could be a depth piece maybe down the line here, and I hope he does stick around, right? Because I think he's played very well. But let's look at the third line: Reichel, Athanassiou, Blackwell. Obviously, he got jumbled up in the middle of the game there, the Lions. But Reichel, he did have some nice flashing moments, but nothing consistent today. All around, top to bottom, just not a great game at all. Slaggert and Whistle Donato. So Taylor Radish is still scratched, right? He is not in the lineup right now, and we'll see if he gets back in here before the end. Let's see here. Is there any news popping up? No, there's not. But let's take a look at the defensive pairings today. Vlasic Jones, Korchinski Megna, Kaiser Zaitsev. Uh, Decent game from Vlasic and Jones, right? Kaiser thought he had some strong moments, but everyone else, just a lot of hiccups today, right? Back to back, not great effort. Soderblom in net, not much to blame him for. Can't really blame him for all that when the performance in front of you, right, is not good. So nothing much to take away from the goaltending today. But let's get into the game stats where it probably really, really stands out, right? When you look at the possession and the shots, right? The shots tonight were just set up really, really good by the Minnesota Wild. Brock Faber, I believe he had one assist today. So, the Wild fans are going to take that and run with it for the Calder uh, talk, right? Obviously, my opinion is that there is no debate. Even on paper, it's not even close. When you're looking at points and stuff like that and the overall lineup, right? So let's get into the stats, though. Don't need to touch on that one anymore. But shots on goal, 37 for the Minnesota Wild. So 2 games in a row where the Hawks are just letting the goalie get peppered up with like 35 plus shots, right? The Stars, I believe, had 40 something, 42 last night. So crazy, crazy number to see. 24 shots on net from the Hawks. Very, very low output and overall just a terrible game. Face-off percentage, 68% for the Hawks, 32% for the Wild. Maybe I'm seeing that wrong, but That's crazy to see, and obviously that did not translate at all, right? Even when you win the faceoff, it's what you do after the faceoff with the puck, right? You got to make plays. You have to play stout, and we did not. Power play percentage, 1 for 2, 50% for the Wild, and no penalties on the Wild today. And I don't think I remember anything glaring, right? Any missed calls. So it was overall a pretty clean game because the Wild had the puck pretty much the whole game. So not much to call on that. The hits, 13 for the Hawks, 8 for the Wild. Block shots, 14 for the Wild, 11 for the Hawks. A little weird, right? Seeing that shot discrepancy, and you would think that the Hawks have a little more defensive game, right, with all those shots on net, but we did not. We only had 11 block shots. Giveaways 10 for the Hawks and 2 for the Wild. So overall, a very smart game by the Wild, and they played very, very solid. Um, a more boring, style of play, but that's fine. And it's hard to defend that kind of stuff. Looking at the takeaways, 5 for the Hawks, 6 for the Wild. So pretty even all around on that end. But just offensively, the Wild had full control of this game, and not much the Hawks could do about it today. But that wraps up the game stats. I'll touch on the scoring here. Let's take a look at the scoring. 0 goals for the Hawks today. 13 shutouts this season. That is unbelievable, right? But hope that improves, going into next year. We'll see the goaltending situation. But funny thing with the game today, similar to last night, um, shout out to the Cubs. They just beat the Dodgers, won the series. That's awesome to see. But similar to the game last night against the Stars, first period was scoreless. Against the Wild today also. But Kirill Kaprizov, he gets on the board 2 times today um, in the second and third period. But he scores his first goal a minute in to that second period. Nice shot from him and good pass from Matt Boldy. Makes the game 1-0. Marco Rossi, another young player for them. He gets on the board at about 12 and a half minutes in from Kaprizov and Zuccarello. Kaprizov is having a monster year on numbers. I believe 41 goals, 48 assists. That's awesome for him. Yeah, Marco Rossi gets on the board there. Nice shot from him. A little snapshot. Soderblom could have maybe had a better angle on that shot, but unfortunate. In the game's 2-zip. Frederick Gaudreau, he scores at the end of the second period there, makes the game 3-zip with about a minute and a half to go. Third period from Brock Faber. Nice little drop pass, right? Decent play by them, and that's the play where Korchinski and I believe it was Landon Slaggert, they get tied up. Going back into our zone, near the net, near the slot, and Brock Faber has a little drop pass for Kaprizov on that play, and he puts that past Soderblom, makes the game 4-zip. Brock Faber, 36 assists this year. Let's see if I could take a look at Brock Faber's season, just taking a peek at it. And it's not even a debate for me, right? The Calder talk, Bedard is far and away the most valuable rookie to their team, right? And you could even dig into the numbers as well. Without Connor Bedard, this team is, non-existent, right? And we saw that for a month, right? Where this team would be, uh, we would definitely have that bottom spot locked up, right? For the worst team in the league. But let's take a look at Brock Faber really quick. I just haven't taken a look at his numbers recently. 7 goals, 34 assists, or 36 now, right? So, or no, not 36. Let's take a look at this really quick. Yeah, 36 assists. That's weird. Brock Faber, 36 assists, and let's see here. How many goals did he have? 7 goals. Yeah. So I I'm still not uh gonna lean that way for the Calder. It's not even close when you're looking at Bedard's just his overall impact for his team, and even at the numbers, still does not match up. Right. So Faber with 43 points, I believe, this year. And Connor Bedard, let's just check at where he is. I believe it's 50 something. Let me just pull it up really quick so that we have a look at that. Connor Bedard, 21 goal or 22 goals, 37 assists, for 59 points this season. Yeah, not even close. It's not a debate right now. And it's over. The season is winding down, and there's no way. Connor Bedard is the man. So, looking at the next game for the Hawks, April 10th. So a few days here, 7 p.m. Central puck drop time against the St. Louis Blues. That should be fun, and that will be our fourth to last game of the season. So then, Predators, Hurricanes, and the Golden Knights. Three very good teams, right? Predators are fighting pretty hard right now, but very, very interesting game, and we will see where that goes. So we will catch you next time, and let's go Hawks.